What's up, Internet? We are here once again exploring the mighty crypt of knowledge that is CoolBoy 401 Real Game. Last week we took a look at Bomberman and some other things, and now we get to continue on our journey of enlightenment, where we get to play Galaga! Which is freaking Galaga. I know a lot of people like Galaxian more, but you gotta play Galaga. Galaga's freaking awesome. This one's just an absolute classic. I think out of all the sort of old school Space Invaders style shmups, Galaga's the best one. I'm not the biggest fan of these kinds of games, but Galaga has a nice place in my heart. And if you want to play an even more interesting, more fun version of Galaga, and you've got a DS, you need to look up the Game Center CX game, Retro Game Challenge. Because it had a version of this that was really, really good. Plus, I mean, you get a bunch of other really awesome retro games. Plus, you get a game based off of Game Center CX, which is an awesome thing I will not stop harping on about. Now, let's see if we can get the awesome multi-ship. Oh, no. I don't want to die. Gotta leave those guys open so that I can get my ship stolen. Yes! Oh no, the fighter's been captured. Oh, but we had no extra lives. Shit. Let's do it again. I like Galaga. I'm willing to spend some time with this game. Ah, it's such a good little intro song. I think, or I might be thinking like I said, the Game Center CX version of this, but if you can kill everything without wasting a shot, you get like a bonus. I really want to play Retro Game Challenge now. It's one of my favorite DS games. Does that surprise you at all? The awesome little game compilation on the DS is my favorite DS game. It's not my favorite, it's up there though. Come on, steal my ship. Oh, I see you're gonna start shooting at me like some kind of person who wants to protect themselves. Well, that's not gonna go down. Whoa! This is a pretty decent port of Galaga, too. Of course, I guess it was at a time where arcade ports really weren't all that difficult to emulate on consoles. For the most part, anyway. Aw, come on. And that's how you don't play Galaga well. Oh, I'm sad now. I was enjoying Galaga up till that point. Damn you, Galaga. Yeah, it just means I need to lay off the turbo buttons, I guess. Uh-oh, challenging stage. And you get a huge bonus if none of these guys escape. But I think you get to, like, you get some kind of, like, bonus, like you get thrown in advanced stages or something. It's been a while since I've really played Galaga, to be honest, but it's one of the better old school shmups for sure. Alright, stage 4, let's go. Whoa! They're coming up with tactics. They're shooting more. They're splitting up. They're not as predictable anymore. They're learning. What is this magic? Aww. Alright. You can't steal my ship now. I have no lives. Actually, another really good version of Galaga is, what was it, Galaga Legions on like the Xbox 360. It's a downloadable game. That game was awesome. I got super addicted to that game for a while. It kind of reminds me of like that Space Invaders Infinity, where it's very clearly not the game you remember, but it's awesome in its own way. But Galaga's awesome. Alright, next we have Space ET, which is a much less cool version of Galaga, also known as Space Invaders. Very simple game. Not a bad game, mind you, but not a game I'm all that interested in. But, that said, it's a very small game. You can fit on pretty much anything. Most graphing calculators can run this game, no problem. Heck, most graphing calculators can run Doom, no problem. I once had a graphing calculator that actually had the entire first dungeon of A Link to the Past on it. It's kind of amazing what you can do with graphing calculators, really. You can do everything except what they were intended for, which was, of course, math. Because who wants to do that? I mean, this cart should have taught you enough that math is not a thing you should be doing anything with ever, because it's awful. Watch as I shoot through my own shield. He's a madman! A madman! Oh, Futurama. You got cancelled too soon, and then revived again, and then cancelled again, and it was sad because Futurama's awesome. Well, at least the way they ended it off now kind of works, in a way. Still wish we got more Futurama. Instead, now we get The Simpsons, and Family Guy, and American Dad, and a bunch of other crap that's not really worth anyone's time. You know what's funny is Family Guy gets so much credit for being clever with, like, its cutaway gags and stuff, and how, like, they pioneered it. They didn't. There's this little show called The Critic that did that, and it was actually funny. You shouldn't have shot where I was. You should have shot where I was going. Oops. Uh-oh. I never could get the last one. My big brother always had to get it for me. Space Invaders. That's a fun game. Very, very simple and not really my taste, but it's fun. And you can make lots of Futurama references. Next is Syrian. That's sound. Now this is actually kind of interesting. It's still basically the same similar concept, but they kind of create a scrolling effect that makes it look like you're flying in 3D. Which kind of almost makes it look like a knockoff Zaxxon in a way. Ah. I don't think these are like the original enemies you're supposed to fight in this game. Although that said, all I have are like my pirate cards, so I'm not sure if this is actually true, but they don't look like the actual enemies you should be fighting. That was a dragon. Now these guys look more like things you should be fighting, instead of atoms. Whoa! Destroy the death dragons! Oh god, there's more! And they're gaining intelligence. They talk to Galaga. They're learning things. Things about me. This cartridge is evolving. It's getting smarter. It's going to destroy us all. Oh god. And you can pause the game over screen for some reason. Let's try that again. They're kind of like butterflies or something, but they don't look like things that you should be fighting in a shooter. Unless it's like one that's anti-radiation or something. Ah. What's kind of nice, though, about this is it feels like we're kind of evolving where we're fighting. Because, like, right now we're flying just above the ground. And now we're getting a little bit higher up in the sky. It's like the world's getting further away from us. We're slowly blasting off into space. That's a cool effect, actually. I like that. Whoa. Come on. Alright, we'll give it one more go. No more of that, please. That was terrible sounding. Is it still recording how many kills I'm making? Because it starts at lower right-hand corner, says 57. 65. 72. 73, yeah. I guess it records how many kills have been made before a power cycle. That's interesting. I don't think that has any actual effect on overall gameplay, though. That said, I know of a couple of games where the RNG was actually based on the temperature of the console. And I want to say that was either the Intellivision or the Atari 2600 that was like that. But depending on how long you had the console on, it would get harder. Even if you were starting back at level 1, like, you'd get super far, and then you get to, like, level 1 again because you game it over, and, like, it was just inexplicably way harder than you remember level 1 being, because the difficulty had been ratcheted up because of the console heat. I heard that from someone once. It was someone who really liked the Atari 2600 and Intellivision, so I'm inclined to at least believe some of that. Next we have Binary. Oh god, there's going to be lots of ones and zeros, aren't there? Oh no! It's actually Byron Land. Where we can play as Gurin or Malon. I'll play as Gurin if my co-pilot is log on. Okay, so this is basically, you have to get to that heart in the center. And you have to get the characters in between those 2 points. See, we actually have to get the heart in between them, so we actually have to balance out the area a little bit. I actually played a port of this on a multi-card I was playing yesterday on my Game Boy, actually, and it was designed that you were like robbers in jail or something, and you had to, like, the spider webs that you were supposed to destroy were jail cells. It was weird. But what's interesting about this game is you kind of have to manage both characters a lot. So you can't just pay attention to one character and ignore the other. You really have to sort of understand where both characters go. So you gotta go rescue her because she's caught in a spider web. We didn't get the little whale thing that I don't know what that does. Very simple game, simple concept, but, you know, it's not bad. And, you know, on these multi-carts, you really want to have games that have low amounts of space in terms of data storage. So simple games like this are not a bad idea. Now, because our girlfriend is now currently stuck in a spider web, we have to go rescue her before the spider eats her. But we got eaten by a spider anyway. Okay, go up. I want that harp. Alright. And now she's caught. Crap. Okay, now we can go rescue her. Problem is, because we have to go rescue her, we now have to take more time out of our bonus. Don't you dare do that. I just rescued you. Damn it. Uh-oh. There we go. Holy crap. Clutch play. Awesome. But of course these dungeons are not symmetrically designed, so it's actually really hard to navigate your character through there. So it's both action, reaction, and puzzle. Like, you have to constantly be aware of both your characters spatially, as well as the enemies, as well as, well, Okay, so I want to go down there, and I want to move her to about there. Good. This game is ridiculously stressful. It might not look like it, but it totally is. Okay, now we're good. Now it's just a matter of puzzling my way to here. Hooray! They kissed again. Alright, we'll see if we can beat this one and then move on. A pink thing! I didn't get it. Oh no. Ah, sad. And he turned into a cupcake when we reset, because of course he did. Alright, and finally we have burger time. Which is burger time. This is an old school Data East arcade game. I've never been the biggest fan of Data East, honestly. They tend to not make the most quality products. I think Burger Time's probably one of their better games. That said, there have been lots of better, like, sequels and remakes to Burger Time. I don't want to run out of salt. Oh no, I got eaten by a hot dog. That was jealous it was not in our awesome hamburgers. Okay. Oh god! Come on, Hamburger Man, let's go. You're not a man made out of hamburger, just to clarify. That would be weird. Run! Oh god. Oh god. Oh! Yeah, it doesn't feel like the controls really like the way this goes. It's kind of hard to actually get, like, on the ladder. For whatever reason, the ladder just feels like it's going on, like, an angle or something. Oh god, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. No! Go, 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 go. You must defeat the sausages and eggs. No! Oh. And his name? Bob Belcher. That is all. And that is these 5 games on the 401 Real game. Now, let's just take a look at it. We got Galaga, freaking Galaga. Space E.T. with Space Invaders. Very simple game. Not a game I'm really interested in, but not a bad game. Syrian, again, was kind of a sort of Space Invaders, Galaga kind of game, so there's a little bit of conceptual redundancy between these 3, I think, and Galaga's still the best. Binary Land is a fun little puzzle thing. Not the most interesting game, but not bad, and Burger Time is very, very difficult on the NES, I find. I mean, it is an arcade game, it's supposed to be hard, but it feels like there's some controller issues on the NES port. Out of these past 5, would I recommend it? Yes. If only for Galaga. But Binary Land was damn good. Syrian wasn't bad. Space Invaders, I could care less about. Not so much Burger Time, but I mean, Galaga and Binary Land alone would make this worthwhile. Anyway, join me next time where we look at Tank. And I actually know exactly what this is. I mistook another game for this earlier, so I'm excited to show this one off. But feel free to subscribe to the show if you want to see more, and if you really want to make my day, hit up the Patreon and support me there. Get yourself on the channel supporters Patreon Discord channel afterwards, and we can talk about how awesome Galaga is. Because, let's just be honest, it's freaking Galaga. Anyway, until next time, peace out, Internet.